funny intro talking about everything I need to look at, what teams I need to do, being really confused. What do I need to work on? I don't know. I'm gonna yell something soon. There's so much in the game. Oh my god, I didn't mean to click that. There's all these teams and there's not enough safe spots. What team do I want to build up? I don't know. They're coming with new ones. Oh my god, squirrel! I'm doing a new priorities video. It has been a hot minute since I did one of these before, or since I did one of these last. The truth is one, real life and some time, but a huge portion of that too is, holy crap, there is so much stuff in the game right now as far as tunes go. You know, Supernatural came, you know, portions of, you know, Asgardian things are happening. We got hella dropped today. You know, Sinister Six are pretty decent in war on defense. You know, I've got people I want to bring up. Fantastic Four was there, then AIM was there, and then Coulson was there, and it's like, oh my gosh, my shield was never focused on. These are just blitz teams, don't judge me. You know, I never really built up my defenders. Then I got Ultimus 7. It's like, what team are you going to use there? You should be using Tech Wing. If you don't know what that is, check out my video. Oh, by the way, click the link below for a $50 giveaway. Go to that link, click like. As soon as it gets to 500 likes, I will do a $50 giveaway. It's been like 18 months of doing this. I don't know how long it's been, but it's been a while. But I'm going to give it away. I'm not giving up because that's silly. I need to do it. All these people liked it. So anyway, Supernatural. So anyway, there's a lot. There is so much. So that was part of the reason I haven't really done a video as well. So real life and just being like, man, even I, like, who I'm like super obsessed with spreadsheets and priorities, like, I'm having a hard time focusing right now. So got some time, and you know what, I just was like, you know what, I'm just gonna add teams to this list and just put them on there and see where it ends up. So anyway, so let's jump into the spreadsheet.
Bring me WolverThor!
Okie dokie, so here's the spreadsheet. It's very overwhelming, lots of colors, lots of different dates. As you can see, the last time I did a video was a bit ago. Basically, the way this thing is set up is there's columns of dates that I've done this going back well over a year. And then there's rows of priorities, being top priority, second top priority, third priority, fourth priority, etc. At one point I was color coding these, and I still color code them to try to differentiate so you can say how things are moving up and down. With so many things in the game, there are not enough colors to differentiate easily anymore. So doing that gets a little bit tough, but I still have some color codings to look at. So anyway, I'm going to zoom in on this so it's way easier to see. I'm not going to talk too much about some of the old stuff, but I want to talk about how I've evolved from, you know, basically almost a month and a half ago to where I'm at now. So I was all about Fantastic Four, you know, building those up. And actually before it, so just so you guys understand, like, the difference between some of that and now, you know, that was, you know, Invisible Woman was the hotness and AIM was the hotness, and that was the case for quite a while. And then Alt 7 got released, and I have a note here, holy gold issues, because it was just impossible, and the raid was really hard. And, you know, again, Tech Wing has made it a little bit more palatable, still very difficult, but, you know, at least you're getting to the 20-30 million damage range with a teams like that. And then Coulson shows up, so, you know, it's kind of like, okay. And so it's just, that's kind of the evolution of what's happening in the game over the course of that month and a half. So, you know, my top priority was Invisible Woman. It kind of shifted over into Fantastic Four. That shifted over to Arena. And then now what it is Ultimus 7. Tech Wing. So, you know, I'm getting to 7-star Falcon and Scientist Supreme. They're both farmable. Just farming those nodes every day. Level to 75. I'm not quite 75 yet. I'm almost there. Probably another weekish, maybe. I think maybe under a week if I decide to buy like 3,000 energy or something, but not necessarily planning on doing that. And the tunes that I want to level immediately are Ultron, Shuri, Minn-Erva, Scientist Supreme. So that's mainly because of the tech wing team. I have a question mark for Falcon. I don't know if I want to do that with him. I mean, the resist would be nice, but I'm not sure. We'll see. And then to level 74, these are more, I should probably have a question mark here, but these are people that I'd think about bringing up to 74 for this because I use them, you know, kind of here and there on Ultimus 7. It's Thanos, Rocket, Storm, Colossus, Star-Lord, and Groot. And then T14 as far as this specific raid, you know, Ultron, Shuri, Science Supreme, Minn-Erva, and then again a question mark Falcon. That's the main team I'm using at the moment. Tech Wing, I love them. They're great. It makes this raid so much more palatable. It still, you do eventually get just not pretty hard timeouts around, I'd say the 7th node, I think it is. So, you know, you don't have enough damage at this point. Maybe if you get some more gear and stuff on there, you could. We'll see. But that's where I'm at with that. And this will overlap. This gear will overlap a little bit with Fear the Darkness / Dark Dimension 3, whatever you want to call it, a little bit later as well. So the next priority here is that I had just kind of evolving was AIM. And then you can kind of see it was this Ultimus 7, and then I just bumped Arena down. So, you know, right now Arena, it's, who knows, depends on if you're red stars. I'm not sure, outside of having a terrible defense, I'm not sure your defense matters all that much, I hate to tell you. You know, there's people in my alliance, you know, Freak Nation, I'll call them for those who aren't aware, but he was beating multiple 7 red stars, and I think he even did a video that was talking about, you know, defense doesn't matter. So it's kind of like, you know, it matters to an extent. Obviously you don't want to be picked on nonstop, but you kind of want to be, you don't want to be the least worst defense. So I'm looking at Ultron, Minn-Erva, Phoenix, you know, maybe Colossus, Mags, hopefully Cyclops will come one day. Nah, who knows. So then AIM dropped down to this next spot. Basically, the only thing I'm doing here is farming their shards. I'm not really working on the gear anymore. I'm not gonna mess with Researcher and Infector. I'm just not using them that much. Researcher maybe I could see, but I don't have the resources to pump them. So once I get these 7 stars, this will drop below the, you know, working on list, but it's coming in at kind of that 7th priority at the moment. It used to be in 7 is kind of some of these miscellaneous tunes. That's what this teal marker shows, is that I was working on just random shard farming for, you know, miscellaneous Ravager Bruiser, Hydra Sniper, Merc Snipers, things like that that I thought maybe could lead to legendary unlocks. I'll get to that in a second as far as where that falls now, but coming in at 8th is I'm calling it Fear the Darkness 3 requirements. You know, level 75, T14. I don't know what they are. Who knows what they are? I'm speculating here, but some tunes that I know I'm gonna probably want to bring in there is Ultron and Minn-Erva. I'm expecting Foxnex to find ways to limit that, because obviously they're gonna know that people are gonna want to bring them in there, but I think if they do too much limitations there, that people are going to get upset. So I'm still planning on building them and bringing them. I'm using them for Alt 7 anyway. This is that overlap I was talking about. So some other potentials I've got: Colossus, Shuri, Groot, Rocket, Star-Lord, Scientist Supreme, Falcon, Fury. You know, maybe I could add Shield Security there again because I use them for Fear the Darkness, but I'm not sure he'll have a role in this one. So those are the tunes I'm kind of looking at the moment for Fear the Darkness, but Fear the Darkness 3, Dark Dimension 3, whatever you want to call it again. But there's a lot of tech there, so I'm at risk of not getting the gear that I need. So I really need to, you know, and actually I'm sitting here, I'm going to add Invisible Woman to that potentials list, because the truth is that I'm not sure I can get the tech gear I need to, so I think I probably got to branch out a little bit there. If I'm going to limit myself to Ultron and Minn-Erva for, you know, tech, it's like, okay, maybe Colossus, maybe Invisible Woman, and I'd really want a damage dealer, but who am I going to bring that's a high damage? I mean, maybe Johnny. I mean, it's a lot of damage there, I guess, but he's just so squishy. So, next up, I've still got Coulson Fury up here for Alliance War. This team is still a pain in the butt, whether you're, attempting to use the Brotherhood special on them first, which I've seen very mixed results for, or you're, using X-Men or a 2-team attack or a 3-team attack or sometimes 4 or 5-team attack. This Coulson's and Fury Shield can still create quite a bit of havoc and war. So, my team's not quite strong enough, but I need to get Assault to 7-star. I'm farming Operative. She's obviously not part of that, but I'd like to get Assault to 7-star, and then I might do Assault's passive and then get the rest of those folks to tier 12. We'll see. I don't know if I'll take Coulson to T13 just for war. We'll see, but it's sitting there. And then that one item that I talked about earlier with these miscellaneous characters, this has dropped all the way down to my 10th priority right now. The only reason this is above the still working online is because if I have enough shards where I'm kind of like, okay, I'm going to farm, some extra shards, I'll hit the Ravager, Bruiser, and Sniper. One of the things that I'm not really doing anymore, so I've got America Chavez at 266 out of 300. I don't have the gold to level her to 7-star anyway, so I stopped shard farming her, and I highly recommend doing that as well. Once you get, if you don't have the gold to 7-star someone and they're really not a priority to 7-star, like I've got Aim Assaulter who I'd love to 7-star, but if I get to it, I'm like, I'm not sure I'm going to drop 500k on it. So I'll probably stop a little bit short with Assaulter, maybe Security, though I'm tempted to try or aim Security in some of these raids, honestly, with Ultron. We'll see. But then I've just got the list of these other tunes that I still need to get to 7-star that are kind of just those miscellaneous types. And then everything outside of that is below the line that's I'm really not working on, or I'll work on it if I can. The top one there is Supernatural. I love this team, but again, no resources. I don't have it. Sinister Six. I've hated on this team forever. I still don't love them, but they are kind of annoying for war defense. Maybe pull out a Fantastic Four type, and it's like they'll have to waste it on Sinister Six as opposed to maybe using it on BKE. So I've just got them sitting there. And then coming soon is Asgardians, and it's Hela's here, Heimdall Sif. Are they coming? Who's coming? There needs to be 2 more Asgardians. And then the Marauders, Mr. Sinister and Strife are coming, but who else? Mystique and Sabretooth are thought to go with these 2, but there needs to be a 5th. So those teams are sitting there, and it's kind of like, all right, well, I can't forget about them. And then I've got, Fantastic Four I'm not really touching. Again, Power Armor I'd love to bring up. Wakanda I'd love to bring up. And then I've got anybody who I've got with the Slot Machine Red Star dynamic, which is just kind of like, again, if I get a great Red Star, I'll build it up. But who gets great Red Stars these days? I know that I got a purple Hela drop, but then it turned into a 1-star. So who knows? So anyway, that's where I'm at with the priorities. Again, recapping, Tech Wing, Ultimus 7, that's an everyday thing. It's every day. Every day you're doing it. So to me, that's a priority. And then Arena is every day, and then I kind of get into some general gear, shard farming, getting ready for Fear the Darkness, and then War. So that's where I'm at with everything. I hope that me walking through this list is somewhat helpful to you. Again, I kind of lost my way a little bit with some of this stuff, and it was just kind of like, I need to share again. I need to, show folks kind of where I'm at with this, talk about it a little bit, and, hope that, talking through this might help you some, and share what I'm doing. And again, depending on where you're at level of play, and if you've made it this far in the video, and I didn't mention this earlier, I apologize, but I have a beginner section over here where it's kind of like, hey, here's, heroes, here's, villains campaign, and here's the, Defenders first, then Guardians, then start working towards Enter the Darkness, Fear the Darkness for Ultron. Anyway, so I've got that on the spreadsheet, and I'll leave the link to this spreadsheet in the description below so you can look at it, just to look at it better, because I know probably looking on your phone and YouTube, you're like, I can't read any of that. Like, what's it say? I get it. I'm sorry. So I will have the link in the description, but hopefully this helped. Maybe you're listening to me while you're at work or driving or whatever. So that's try to get into a little bit of detail so that you can just listen. But anyway, thanks for stopping by, and as always, click on that subscription bell, hammer down the like button, tell your friends, your alliance mates, etc. And I hope to see you again soon. Thanks.